It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And this one features Trevor Lawrence. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Jaguars and the Seahawks. All that and more coming up next.
On the banks of the St. Johns River, there's a good look inside Everbank Stadium here in downtown Jacksonville. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks. They were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. First carry here for Ken Walker. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Man in motion left, that's Smith and Jigba. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Trayvon Walker in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a 1st down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
From the 33, here's a 2nd down and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Singleton. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Fights him off. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a 1st down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. They run the counter. Singleton. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now Lawrence. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now a give right side. Singleton.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
That's complete right around the 8.
And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jags will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Seahawks offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And he's run well here the first half of the season, no doubt. You can see the graphic. NFL leader in rushing coming into the weekend. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Play action. It's Smith.
Throw out wide to Walker.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Throwing now is Geno.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game.
And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Daniels trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down. Now Lawrence to throw.
Eluding the pressure right. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's fourth.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That's taken at around the 40. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Here's Walker to start the drive.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You look at this Jaguar defense.
They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 19. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Now Geno. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. And that is incomplete. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down. Myers' kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. You talk about this Seahawk defense.
They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Daniels. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. On play action, Lawrence.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Now Lawrence. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. The Jaguars at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence.
Being chased out left. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time in the ball game.
And Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot, but he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Off of play action, here's Smith. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball, but I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can, and that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the first down.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On the give, here's Charbonnet.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Zach Charbonnet.
His second touchdown on the season.
And the Seahawks have cut it back within a score. So how about that for your first carry of the game? Not bad.
How about that, and not bad at all. I think he earned himself a little bit more work, partner, because that's what you want from your number 2 or your number 3 running backs. You want them to come in with the fresh legs, give your team a little jolt, and he did it right there. Best way to lobby for more playing time? Have runs like that.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. The quarterback run good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a third down. Now a handoff up the middle. Singleton.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
At the 46-yard line.
They go play action now. Lawrence. Open man downfield is Davis.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 54 yards.
That's how you flip field position. What a play right there. That nearly went the distance. Credit this defense for not giving up. They get him down just short of the goal line, but the damage is done. It's going to be 1st and goal from an ideal position.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
A loss of 2 brings up second and goal at the Seahawks.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
So his big first half continues. His 3rd touchdown already. We'll have to keep watch as this game goes along, how much they want to continue to ride him, because he could be on his way to a record-setting performance.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Seahawks take back over. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
First down, Seahawks.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And that's incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Straight ahead, Walker.
A strong running.
And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Jaguars offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. That's pulled in at the 32. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Now Smith. That's taken in by Callaway. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 1. Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. And the Seahawks first down.
He'll get that to Charbonnet.
Broken tackle. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Holding offense.
Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
A gain of 3 brings up second down at the 45-yard line.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Smith. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Up the middle they go. Singleton. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
At the 36-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
9 yards is the loss on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now a handoff up the middle. Singleton. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense.
And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway, but the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's 3rd down. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And taken right on the 30. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return.
The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
This time they stay on the ground.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll start by running the option to the right. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Up the middle they go. Singleton. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Jordan Love, strong in the victory, as his guys up their mark to 6-2 on the year. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They're leading right now and on the heels of that victory last week against Arizona. 1st and 10 as they start this drive. Here's Lawrence. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Daniels, and they'll get him down here at the 23. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
But, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Smith. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Joshua Hines-Allen picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And now out come the Jags. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Well, they've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Now a 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Play action. It's Lawrence. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
Here's Logan Cook now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Smith and Jigba in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Throwing is Smith. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
That's to the sideline and incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
A 40-yard punt, no return. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 16-yard line.
Lawrence now off the bootleg.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Lawrence to throw.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
2nd down and 3.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Defense.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra hut, you know, that extra emphasis on it, got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
They'll keep it on the ground. Singleton.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Out of the gun, Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down.
So they decline the holding penalty and will take the down instead as that leads us to 4th. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. It's fielded at the 45. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now Smith.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Here's Smith.
He'll get this complete to the tight end Barner. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
3rd and 3. They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Throwing now is Geno. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Trayvon Walker.
Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Smith now to throw. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
They're throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Myers' kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. They'll find Gabriel Davis, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
At the 33-yard line.
They go play action with Lawrence.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Duvernay in motion. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he will have a Jaguars first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Lawrence. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
And he is going to have a Jags first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Automatic first down.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Singleton, and he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 38-yard line.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
After the encroachment penalty, here's 2nd and 5.
On play action, Lawrence.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10.
At their own 13. Geno out to throw.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Hand off here to Walker.
And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. Here's where this crowd can really help make things difficult. It's 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Smith. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Josh Hines-Allen getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he shifts past him. He did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9.
Second down and a yard.
Brings up second and a yard.
Up the middle they go. Daniels.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 62 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver.
But it'll be second down. Now a handoff up the middle. Singleton. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker.
So a man shaken up on the play, and this is certainly noteworthy. It's Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Now Geno.
He completes this to Walker.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
2nd and 11.
From the gun, here's Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Young.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
On the handoff, this is Walker. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Now it's Smith. Throw left side complete. That's Walker. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Back to throw, Smith. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Smith.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Again, Smith.
He'll get that to Charbonnet.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more. Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Giving to the big tight end on 4th. And gets by him, and now a little daylight. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Smith's going to throw it.
And Walker has it. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Smith to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Here's Smith.
And that's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Myers' kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Up the middle they go. Singleton. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Here's 3rd and 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. Singleton. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Smith.
Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Still 4th down.
Will the defense pressure or sit back? Here's 4th and 5.
They snap it to Smith. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So for Jacksonville, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.